Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today. I've got this week's Pick a Card weekly tarot reading. We're all just getting over the recent solar eclipse in Libra a couple of days ago. Sometimes that may have had very important ramifications for your relationships, okay? If things have been a bit bumpy, if the other person's being unfair or unjust, Libra really isn't going to like that at all, okay? So the effects of an eclipse can go for months, so either before or after the peak date, which was the 2nd of October or the 3rd if you're in Australia or New Zealand. Okay, so all sorts of fun things coming up too. Jupiter is going retrograde in a couple of days' time. You might find that your physical attempts to get ahead and to do stuff are more internalized, so you could be doing a lot of planning and thinking about things but not necessarily carrying them out. Okay, so if you've got anything that you actually have to physically manifest, get onto it because in a few days' time Jupiter's going to stop moving forward and to stand still and then to start moving backwards. So it is a great time for a diet, particularly for Gemini, because Jupiter's in Gemini at the moment, and also the other cardinal signs, so Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and I'm a Libra. I've just started yesterday, in fact, changing my diet for my summer diet, okay? Get off the carbs and the sugar and start getting your summer body on. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it'll be a winter body that you need to put on. So you might find your desires for sugars and carbs increase, but probably not very much at all, if at all, under Jupiter retrograde, okay? Because Jupiter, when it's direct, it's encouraging expansion, but when it's retrograde, your focus is more internal. All right, let's go to the board now and see what we can see. Pick a number now between 1 and 5, and I'll do an interpretation. I like to have a little vision first. We're doing card number 1, and I'm closing my eyes. There's coins in this hand, silver coins. I'm going like this. This is all about change. Look, it's not a huge amount of change. There's several coins here. Old, gee whiz, what were they called? 20 pence, a shilling, 2 shillings. 2 shillings I'm looking at. So this is prior to 1966 in Australia, I think it was, as I remember. There's half a dozen coins here. So there could be some change around something in the past. What were you doing prior to 1966? If you were even alive, okay, you may not have been. In that case, it would be to do with your parents. I want to say specifically your mother. She may have been alive in 1966. If not, look at your grandmother, okay? But there's some ancestral energy from the past that you're going to be looking at very soon if you've picked card number 1. So just stay on the lookout for that to see what inherited characteristics or personality traits that you've inherited from your mother's side. Okay, going back to that one, that card there. The card that comes out is the Tower card. This keeps coming out. Came out again this morning on Facebook. It's come out over the last few months. It's come out more than any other card. I feel like a lot of systems are breaking down, and things that you've relied on in the past that have worked well are not working anymore. So you've built a concept in your head, but it's failing now. It's like it's built on shifting sands. It was fine in good weather, but it's no longer good weather. The background weather of the planet, and when I say weather, I mean across a number of topics there. So I mean, yeah, the actual physical weather, the climate, yes, it's breaking down. But I also mean the background energies, and I'm just using that word weather as a term to describe that background environment. Okay, so the background environment, and that can be financial, political, cultural, breaking down. There's clouds, there's dark clouds, which, you know, it's like a worrying sign. This is not the time to take unnecessary risks if you've picked card number 1. But to be quite honest, you already know about it. The eye in the sky of mind has been trying to tell you for some time that something's coming to an end so that something new can begin. And there might be relationships there that are not ideal for you. You're no longer on the same page as that person. Or maybe it's a job. You know, this card does not specifically say which area of your life, but it does say that where your intuition has been telling you, or what it's been telling you, is about to happen, okay? That's number 1, major arcana card. It's happening because there are better, greener fields for you, and it's telling you to move on. Number two. Sorry if I don't mean to upset people, but it keeps coming out, and there's a reason for that. Okay, so number two, what do I see for you? Silver spoon. Who's got the silver spoon? Who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth? I don't know about such things. It's not me, I can tell you. However, there could be a bit of a reckoning about that. Cards just fell out. How many we got? I'll read 2, but I won't read 3. Okay, we've got 2. Okay, the Empress. This is great for fertility and abundance and creativity. Okay, so do be careful about pregnancy. If you don't want to be pregnant, you need to be proactive about not getting pregnant if you don't want to be pregnant, because there's a high fertility energy here. But you can channel that into creativity, and, you know, lots of people do all the time. So come up with some creative ideas. Some action needs to be taken here. And see, she's wearing gold. It's all about the solar plexus and creating. Okay, well done you. You can go ahead and do that. She's holding a scepter here. Royalty. She's got a crown of stars. Okay, again, signifying royalty, and an apple in the hand is like, what's the old saying? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. So what you've got now, you can build on and create. This apple is a very feminine symbol, so it could be a lot of intuition, so pay attention to that. Major arcana can absolutely change your life for the better. 2 of Swords, decisions to be made as well in order to fulfill the promise of the Empress. Do be aware that you are influenced by your past, as indeed we all are. So nothing unusual about that. Just know that there's some reflections of the past here. You could be dealing with people that used to be in your, in your life in the past, maybe even past lives. Okay, so that's also a major arcana, changing your life. You can change it for the better. You've got the energy. All right, so now we're moving to card number 3. Card number 3, closing my eyes here. What do I see for you? Don't hide your light under a bushel. There's something like that, it says in the Bible. It's time to come out and put yourself on display. The Queen's here. Oh, how about that? Queen Elizabeth I'm referring to. She's here with a crown on her head as well. I'm not sure if she's to do with number 2 or number 3, but she's here. It's like, you know, those photos in Australia when you were in school, like in the 1950s, 60s, 70s. Always had a picture of the Queen on the classroom wall. And it was like she's looking out over everybody. She's passed now, of course, but she's still looking out over everyone. She's still taking her duties very seriously. Okay, so it's about sovereignty, it's about independence, and being who you truly are, being authentic to yourself. Okay, so what's this? Something's opening up. Oh, this is weird. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a basement, like in the US. You know, they have those hurricane shelters, like basements underneath the house in the Midwest. In some houses have them, and it's basically like opening up, the doors are opening up, saying get inside. So some bad weather coming. I don't know if this is actual, or symbolic, but you should prepare, okay? You should be ready, and maybe put some money away for another day. You know, try to save, don't waste money now. Also, though, prepare yourself psychologically and mentally that you might have to, you know, deal with some issues that are not pleasant. There's clouds in the sky, and I'm looking at the sky and I can see the cyclone. Oh, okay, it's all right. Oh, thank God. I can see the cyclone, but it's not. It comes closer and then it moves away. So it's like it doesn't affect me. And I'm suggesting if you pick card number 3, it's not going to affect you, but you will see it coming. And this is like the cyclone in the economy. So, yeah, try not to get too nervous about it because it moves away and it comes to a point and then it just moves away. It moves on to the next thing. But I would still say be prepared. Number 3, temperance. Okay, keep balance in all things. Do not allow yourself, if people are baiting you to get into an argument, I have noticed this lately, don't buy into it. It's really important that you maintain balance and maintain your poised demeanour, okay? So you don't have to buy into other people's arguments, completely unnecessary. Let them rant, let them rave, let them say whatever they want to say. You don't have to go there. You see the cyclone coming and then it moves away. You don't have to actually do anything really. But just to be on the safe side, I would still get into a bunker. And maybe this is an emotional or psychological bunker that you have to get into. It's like steel yourself, get ready, and maintain your poise and elegance and don't buy into their arguments. And you'll see them. Geez, people today, some of them. And so this is a major arcana card. Again, 3 in a row. This is a very significant week for many people. Maintaining balance and adopting a Libran perspective, especially given the solar eclipse we just had 2 days ago. Oh no, 2 days ago. No, it wasn't. It was 5 days ago. That's how quickly time goes. 5 days ago, adopt that Libran politeness, courtesy, and don't buy in. Okay, Libra's smart, you can do that. Take a leaf out of Libran's book. Number 4, what do I see? Okay, what's this? Blues, a lot of blue tones, like my shirt. Okay, blue and green together, which I do get a lot. I must, you know, if you follow me, you'll know that I get blue and green together a lot because I like it, I guess. I don't know, it always appears. And so getting your message out there, a lot of growth and opportunity. What else do I see for number 4? There's an old man here with a walking stick. You could have something to do with this person, but I feel more likely it's sort of, senility. You might be dealing with somebody who's very old, who maybe has a bit of senility happening, dementia, something like that. Cognitive decline, it is a real thing. It's not something you imagine, you know, unfortunately. It is a real thing. And so, you know, patience, but there comes a point if they have dementia that you may not be able to, you know, have them in your home, especially if they get violent. There's some hard decisions to be made if people have dementia, sadly. All sorts of things associated with dementia. There's 14 indicators. I can't remember them all, but the key one of the really key ones is sleep. It's really super important that anybody suffering from dementia get a minimum, absolute minimum of 7 hours of sleep a night, but preferably 8, and that's the minimum. And you might need to give them some melatonin to help that process. Also diet, you know, low on the carbs and sugars and stuff like that, and high on the greens, and exercise. Okay, not too much solitude, socializing, music is very good for sufferers. You know, helps keep parts of their brain, you know, really alive and flowing well. So I suggest you go and research it, but there are 14 indicators. Genetics is one, okay, but there are plenty of people who, there's a faulty gene starting with APO something or other, but there's plenty of people that have that gene, 40% of the population, but they don't all get dementia. And that's why these other indicators are socialising, going out on the bus with other people, going to play bingo, cards, whatever it is. Going to a restaurant, getting out and about is very important. Okay, so number 4, the card is, I'll go with that one on top. The Fool card. Wow, this is amazing, isn't it? Four majors in a row. I did have this a few months ago, and I hadn't had it for years before that, many years in fact. This is time to step out of your safety zone. Take an educated risk. Step off this platform or this comfort zone you've been in and do something different. Your friends and family may or may not support you. Some won't support you. They're trying to hold you back to the past. But it's important to move forward anyway. You need to take action steps. Okay, so it's one thing thinking about it. It's another thing actually doing it. You're being called to do it now. A lot of growth here. You either sprout wings and fly like an angel and see the big picture of your life, or you go down into the drink, but you can still find sunken treasure there, so that's also good. Even if you fail at taking on a new venture, there's still silver linings in that you've got that experience and you know what not to do. Can sometimes be that the timing is wrong as well. You start a new venture and it doesn't work, and it might just be you were ahead of your time. I'm often ahead of my time. It's important to find the right time. But I would still say do it, and if it doesn't work, then don't give up entirely. Keep going until you're 110% sure that it's a failure. But sometimes, I hear stories of people who've had to try, half a dozen times before they get it right. Yeah. But the important thing is the journey and to step out and give it a shot. Number 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. Okay, walking up the steps now. Changing direction to the left side, which means basically going more into your feminine energy. This is interesting. I've got the planet Saturn here, particularly if you're a Capricorn or an Aquarius. You could have felt delayed, restricted, or limited in some fashion in the recent past. Now, this is the weirdest thing. Please don't hate me, Saturn. I actually see the planet blowing up. So I don't know what this means. So the delays, the restrictions, the limitations upon you are about to blow up. And that means, when I say blow up, it doesn't mean they get bigger. It means that they just cease to exist. There could be an authority figure that's been lording it over you, trying to control you. That's soon going to stop. Thank God. The card that comes out for number 5 is the Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning. You're going to go through an initiation process. Here, this arbour of trees, and there's blue skies on the other side. So you could have been suffering, having some sort of worries about something, but now Spirit is literally giving you new energy for a new relationship or a new job or a new project, but something you can probably make money from. Wow. 4 major arcanas. This is a huge week for many people following the solar eclipse that we've just been through. Jupiter's also about to go retrograde as well. You're going to have a lot to think about this week. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for coming along today. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. That would be great. And have a wonderful week. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.